Hello and welcome to the FSF podcast. I am Tim. I am your host, and I am joined by my ever trustworthy co-host, Ben. And we're here to remind you that this is the show made by nerds for nerds. So welcome to our nerdery. Now, our guest today is an actress and a singer and a songwriter who you've seen in shows like Flashpoint and Felicity. But more than likely, you know her best as Kimberly Hart in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. I know that's where Ben knows her from, and he has questions. We hope that
Many questions.
I almost said I hope that Kimberly has answers, but that would also technically be kind of true. But our guest today is also here to talk about her upcoming music release, and we're getting excited to dive into that a little bit. So welcome to the show, Amy Jo Johnson.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for cutting away some time. We're always excited to be able to talk to different people from different nerdiverses, and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers definitely is one of those universes that has a major connection all around the world. A stream of shows that it shows no sign of quitting. But before we jump into anything Power Rangers related, I know Ben is chomping at the bit over there, and they can't wait to get those questions out. But I'm going to make them wait just a moment longer. Now, from my understanding, you currently have 3 albums out, available on Apple Music, Spotify, and some other sources. But your upcoming EP, however, is entitled Still Here, and that's coming soon. And I'm hoping that you'd be able to tell our audience a little bit about that release and what they can look forward to listening to.
Sure, yeah. So I haven't recorded music in a bit of time. The last album I did was called Never Broken, and that was in 2012. And I kind of circle between the different things that I do. My house is I write screenplays. So I write screenplays, and then I go sit at my piano, and then I have my meditation corner. And anyway, I find like the inspiration comes and goes. But recently I've just been really inspired to play my piano and write and music. And so in the past year, I recorded 3 new songs with an amazing producer. His name is Nick Marzok. And I'm just releasing them and putting them out there. So the first one was Fly By Fairy Tales, and I released that on August 19th. And then I had one come out last week on September 17th, and that one's called Sunlit. And then on my birthday, on October 6th, is the final one of the EP of 3 songs, and it's called Still Here. And the EP is entitled Still Here. And I have a bunch more that I've written in the last 5 years that I'll probably start recording for the rest of at some point this year, and then making a full album out of it. But for now, I just wanted to get the music out there because it's been a while.
Fair enough. Yeah. So has your interest in music, is that something that's grown over time, or is that something that's always been there, even with the acting and directing and everything else?
It's always been this sort of cathartic place where I go and write. A lot of the lyrics come from my journals. Actually, Fly By Fairy Tales is one of the first songs I ever wrote on guitar. But then I just revisited the lyrics and the songs and rewrote it on the piano. And the meaning of the song back in the day when I was, 22 years old, was really about pining over this certain boy that I pined over for like 23 years. But now it's sort of evolved into this like never ending wait for, as a filmmaker, it's just so hard to get a movie off the ground. So it's sort of like, it's that spin for me, but the lyrics really translated and the emotions translated in where I am now in my life. And then Sunlit, I wrote during the pandemic, actually. And that one is really about perseverance and perspective and just finding the positivity and the light. When it's a cloudy day, there's the sun still shining up there. And then Still Here was actually a song I wrote a very long time ago as well, in 1998, right after my mom died, right after I got divorced, or I wasn't married yet, but my relationship fell apart. I was engaged to be married. My whole life was sort of upended. And I wrote this song called Still Here on guitar. And after JDF died, played Jason, played Tommy on Power Rangers, um, I started looking at those lyrics again, and they resonated with me again. And after the pandemic, and we've all gone through so much, um, and losing Jason was a really huge deal for me. And that sort of, I don't know, just the lyrics. I'm in a very different place in my life than I was, 30 years ago or 25 years ago when I first wrote the song, but they resonate now in a different way from where I am now. Anyway, maybe that's way too much information for all you guys, but
No.
that's
Oh, I love
what
it.
songs are. Yeah.
No, I like that you talk about how there's a change in how a song resonates. Now, I'm not a songwriter by any stretch of the imagination. I'm yeah, but
Are you a
you know,
musician?
I
Do you play?
no, I like to sing. I'll make your ears bleed, but I do like to sing. Uh, but one of the things I appreciate, I'm a huge lover of music. I have a lot of musicians in my family, actually, a lot of very, very talented musicians in my family. But one of the things I've always appreciated about music is that when a song is good and the lyrics are good, that it's something that you carry with you over time. It's not just, oh, golly, there's a reason why some songs, even though they're one hit wonders, why they last for so long, because the song resonates for different reasons over time. And so I do like hearing that even for yourself personally, you're finding different meanings in your music as you age, as your life conditions change, as things become different for you. To me, that's just it's an indication of the strength of your lyrics. So
Yeah, that's cool. Or just I don't know, like the evolution of a person, right? We just keep on
yeah,
growing
well,
and
sure.
changing, but yet fundamentally, like the our fear, or we're always the same, but maybe we just evolve. Like, instead of pining over a boy, not that I'm pining over making a movie, but it's the same sort of, like, that's that, that aspect of my life is fulfilled with the boyfriend that I have,
Hmm.
Matt. But making a movie is the thing that, like, is the thing that makes me crazy, because you guys, it's so hard to get a movie off the ground. It's like, it's
Mhm.
climbing a mountain, and I'm going to do it. I have 2 features I've already done, but these 2 new features that I've written, I'm just like, man, it's perseverance, right? And the only thing that I can control is writing. So I've just been writing a ton.
Love it.
Well, that kind of leads into my first question for you, which you have established yourself as a film director with series of like micro budget movies. More notably, in 2020, your film Tammy's Always Dying. Uh, but in your career, you've been an actress, a singer, a songwriter, director, all these things. What is it about what is it about directing films that you feel expresses your artistry more than others?
You know, when I finished doing Flashpoint, which was a series I did here in Toronto, a cop show, which was super fun, and I had quit acting right before I got Flashpoint and moved my life to Montreal, and then got this cop show and rediscovered that I actually like acting. It was just my situation living in Los Angeles, I guess, in Hollywood. I just needed to extricate myself from there. But I realized after Flashpoint ended, I wrote my first short film and went and shot it. And as soon as I stepped on that set and started directing, my entire, it just, I don't know, it fulfilled me in a way that I've never felt before. I felt like every aspect of my personality was like coming into play. Like, all the training of being an actress for 20 years was suddenly like, that was my training ground for directing. Like, it all just made sense, and I love it. I have to turn this light off because it's flickering. Hang on.
You're good.
I know, it's bugging me. I just got these LED lights put in my house, and sometimes they flicker.
Understood.
So anyway, so yeah, so I love it. I love everything about directing. I do realize now that as an actor, I was so lucky, and I worked consistently from the time I got Power Rangers all the way up and through and past Flashpoint. I was always working. And as a director, it's a lot harder. Like, there's only one director on a movie and there may be 25 actors. So it's like, it's a tougher job to get. And especially when I like directing the stuff that I write as well. So I've learned to fall in love with the art of writing as well, because that's something I can do every day, where actually getting on a set and directing a film or a TV show, that doesn't happen every day. So when it does, I'm very, very happy. But in the in-betweens is when I write music and I'm writing screenplays. Yeah.
Okay.
And
that does make oh, there you go. That does make a lot of sense, that the directing kind of like, you're just taking bits and pieces of things that you've experienced as like an actor in film and everything. So that
Yeah. I think acting for 20 years, being on a set, and observing everything that's going on and how a set operates. Because it's, making a movie or a TV show, it's such a giant collaboration, right? Everybody has their job, and being the director, it's I think one of the biggest things that I've learned is very important within that job is to let everybody do their job and to really acknowledge what everybody is bringing to the table. I think is a director's job.
Yeah. I actually do have a little bit of a follow-up with that, is when it comes to directing, do you find it easier to direct other people's writing, or is it easier with your own? Because I know everyone's their own worst critic, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I love both. Tammy's Always Dying, I did not write. My friend Joanne wrote it, and I kept her close by and had her on the set because I felt like she held the keys to that story, because she's the one who created it and thought of it. When I did Superman and Lois and got to direct an episode, that was so freeing and fun because it wasn't my baby and I didn't write it. I just got to go in there and like, I felt like I actually called my boyfriend from the set, because, the budget of this one TV show is like 5 times the budget of my second feature film. And I was like, oh my God, I feel like they've just handed me the keys to this giant tractor and they're like letting me drive it. But the tractor is like this beautiful tractor and it drives really well. That's what it felt like going in and directing an episode of TV at that level with the toys that they had and the well-oiled machine. And so I loved that as well. But my heart definitely is with directing what I write and creating that. But actually I haven't done that yet. No, I did it once with my short Blunder, but everything else that I wrote and directed, I was in. I started with these 2 features right now that I'm getting off the ground. I won't be in them. So I think I'm going to really love that, but I'll let you know after.
All right.
Well, we got to already plan a follow-up interview then. That's going to be great.
So you mentioned earlier how you've taken some of your songs and you've gone back, although originally written for guitar, you changed them over to piano and rewrote them, or rather for piano instrumentation. But our producer, John, wanted to ask a question, because John is our resident musician, and he has a room full of guitars. Like some people hang deer head on the wall, he has a room full of guitar walls. It's guitar wall. That's and in his own words, he has something of a problem keeping instruments in every room of his house except for the bathroom. He was told he wasn't allowed to have them in there. But he claims that they all sound different and they all serve a different purpose. So do you have a favorite guitar or other instrument that you have several of them, but this is the one that, no matter what the other ones sound like, you come back to this one when
I have 2 guitars that I love. I'm looking at one of them. It's right in front of me, which is a Gibson guitar that was given to me. Here, I'll show it to you. No, I'll show you. When I left Power Rangers, actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it was a present from Shuki Levy, who was the executive producer on Power Rangers. I asked to leave the show after doing 150 episodes or something. And he said, do the movie, do Susie Q, he wrote with his wife at the time for me. And here's a guitar. Oh, and do 15 more episodes and you can go. Like I asked to leave. And he gave me this beautiful Gibson guitar. And it's my baby and I love it. And then I also have like a baby Martin that I travel with.
Okay. I think well, I hope that answers John's question, but I think it does. That's a really cool story and a really cool parting gift for
my
you.
God. When I left Felicity, I did a show called Felicity and when I asked to leave that show too, I don't know what's going on with me. At that time, my mother had just passed away and I was ready to leave that show. And I was kind of falling apart in a lot of ways. They gave me this beautiful giant Guild guitar, which I have upstairs in a case, like stored away. And it's signed by everybody in the cast and the crew.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was a really cool parting gift. It was beautiful.
That is.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. So I get handed guitars when I ask to leave TV shows.
That's your severance check is just a guitar. They just hand you a new one.
Yeah. I didn't ask to leave Flashpoint, so I didn't get a guitar.
Oh. I just want to make this clear to our producer, John. If you ask to leave the FSF podcast, you are not getting a guitar.
No. But your producer, John, reminds me of my boyfriend, Matt, has the same problem with comic books.
I wonder.
Do you guys have that problem too? I mean, he has.
Maybe not with comic books, but Tim, how many Funko Pops do you have?
Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. that's
yeah. That's just what's visible.
Currently, just under 250.
And what's your favorite one?
Oh, that's real easy. My favorite is from Star Wars. It's Star Wars Rebels, Old Man Captain Rex.
Nice.
Without a doubt, hands down, that is my absolute favorite.
Nice. Is it signed or anything by anybody?
Oh God, I wish. Yeah. I need to meet Tamua Morrison so I can giggle profusely and be like, and just hold it out to him with a Sharpie, like, and hope that he understands what that means. Yeah, and hope that he understands that one. Or if I ever we've had the delight of having Sam Witwer on the show a couple times, and he voices Darth Maul from Star Wars, which is one of my all-time favorite characters, and that would also equally be a highly giggly moment for Tim. So.
I only want to be there to watch Tim completely freak out.
It'd be a mess. It'd be an absolute mess.
I am containing my mess because I am a huge Mighty Morphin fan. It was my childhood. Everything about it. And you did bring it up, so you have opened this Pandora's box of Power Rangers questions now.
Did you get to read The Return? I
have not yet.
Do you know what it is?
I do not. I have unfortunately.
Look at this. Hang on.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay, hang on.
Okay, so a couple things. Oh, that's a script book. Anyway, The Return is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return. I wrote it with Matt. It's through Boom Studios. Hasbro approved, blah, blah, blah. 4 issues of a comic book. I wrote what would happen if the original 5 Rangers stayed together. Where would they be now? So that was my gesture to the franchise for the 30th anniversary. And so they just came out this year. Issue 4 just came out in July. And ooh. Yeah. And the what's it called? The trade paperback comes out December 15th. So all 4 issues. Yeah.
My wife watches this show. Mimi, you know what to do. There it is. Christmas present. Done.
That's issue 1. This is super cool. Do you like the Ninja Turtles?
Oh, 100%. Oh, is that where the Ninja Turtles get the morphers?
No, well, yeah, no,
Ooh.
no.
Oh.
I met Kevin Eastman at a convention, and my boyfriend, who wrote The Return with me, massive Ninja
Mhm.
Turtle fan. So I asked Kevin, I commissioned him to draw a cover for issue 4. So it's my exclusive cover. I'm the only one who has it, and Kevin has like 50 of them. But he drew issue 4 cover. I mean, there's
Oh,
so
that's
many
cool.
variants of this, but this
Oh.
is the one that Kevin drew, which I love. And I just saw him at Granite Con, and he actually gifted me the original artwork for this, which
Oh,
is
how cool.
so beautiful and so cool. But we created characters, and basically, in a gist, it's Tommy. Well, I won't tell you the whole story because you have to read it. But Tommy and Kimberly had a baby, and her name is Olivia
Oh.
Hart. Her name's Olivia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
But it's pretty epic, and it's pretty crazy stuff. I want you to read it, and then I want to hear from you what you think about it.
Oh, 100%. That
That's going to
I'm
happen.
gonna. I am more than likely going to get the
trade paperback.
trade.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the trade more than likely for Christmas, but I'm also very secretly going to get all 4 individual issues just to have them as well.
This is my
You know.
favorite cover. Hang on.
Oh,
Sorry, guys.
no, sorry.
Oh, no.
This is exciting. I'm happy about this. It's Power Rangers.
All right. So, do you know who Jenny Frison is? So she's an amazing comic book cover artist, just epic and beautiful. And so she did one of the A covers for issue 1, and it's so pretty. And so this is an exclusive foil of issue.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's Jenny Frison drew that. Yep. And I love it so much. And I have these. This was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
That is very cool.
Studios.
Now I gotta go to eBay and I gotta try and find those.
No. I have a bunch. I'm actually opening online for Christmas for 2 weeks because it's so much work. I'm gonna open on my website, amyjojohnson.com, just a store for 2 weeks, like a pop-up online store. I have 250 of these guys. So I'm gonna sell these, my Kevin Eastman's, a couple other things. But anyway, so no eBay. Come to
I will go directly to you.
.com pop-up store and get your Jenny Frison.
I
awesome.
Absolutely will, because those things are beautiful. So all of that follows directly into my question.
I'm just so excited because I don't love that you didn't know there was a comic book, but it was so fun to just tell you about it. Because you didn't know. I
did not know. I have unfortunately fallen off comics for a while now.
Yeah.
I'm a huge comic book collector. In a storage unit, I have thousands of comics at this point, ranging from old ones my dad had all the way to stuff from like at least up to 2016, give or take. Yeah. But once the pandemic hit, I fell off because everything just went crazy. So very difficult to get back into it.
Ebbs and flows. You'll come back to it at some point.
Oh, 100%. I mean, more than likely, this is the revival of the comic collection. This
is the jump start. The paddles
return.
And the clear.
It's called The Return too.
This is The Return.
So appropriately named for what it's about to happen.
But with all of this being said, with everything that you just showed off, which I am so excited about, Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin, what does it mean to be part of such a massive IP and to have such a major role in it? How have you interacted with fans over the years? And do you have any wholesome stories for us? We've interviewed a couple Power Rangers so far, and all of them have heart-wrenching stories that we want and need to hear.
Oh, yeah. I really feel that Power Rangers has been a giant blessing in my life. Honestly, for real. It was my first gig as an actor. And then at the time, I had no idea the impact it was making on so many kids. Honestly, it was a gig for me, right? Wearing pink spandex on national television. It was like I had no idea what was actually happening. And probably not until about 10 years ago when I went to go make my first short film. I did an Indiegogo campaign, and
Mm-hmm.
which basically you're crowdfunding,
Right.
and the response and the support and the love that came pouring in, that helped me make my first four short films and my first feature film, was so beautiful and overwhelming. Like, I was like, oh wow, these children are now adults and they're still
Mm-hmm.
there supporting, and they're still
Hmm.
so um, just eager to just be a part of it, and know what I'm doing and know what I'm writing. And then at that time, I started doing conventions. Um, Especially because I was letting go of acting, my career as an actress. I was really focusing on being a filmmaker. Um, and so, to be able to support myself, I started doing conventions. And through that, and actually meeting people, um, has been just really beautiful. Like, I feel like we were everybody, like that generation's babysitter, and like in a
Mm-hmm.
lot of ways.
Can confirm that was me.
Yeah.
I was pasted to, like, my mom basically just sat me in front of the TV, and the moment Power Rangers come on, I didn't move. Just sitting there
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I've heard that so much. And like a lot of kids who were bullied, or going through divorce, or whatever it was that they were going through in their heads, they really, like, we became their friends. And
mm-hmm.
that so when I meet people, just the emotion that they bring to that meeting of is just, it's really touching, and really, 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 I'm just super grateful, because that wasn't the intention when I went into Power Rangers. It was for an acting gig, and like, it- and the residual of that 30 years later has been such a massive blessing in my life. Even if it was non-union, and even if it was, like all these things about the show at the time, like it's like the gift that doesn't stop giving, right? Like, even
Hmm.
my boyfriend's dream is to write comic books, and to even have that opportunity to visit the characters, and write this story, um, and open the door for Matt to walk into the comic book world, was like, that's such a gift. It's so huge.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very cool. So
That, oh yeah, sorry, just
no, go ahead,
fanning
Ben.
over everything. That's all.
I, I was just trying to give you your opportunity to fanboy a little more. I'm just stepping back.
Ah, yeah,
So
no, it's been super cool. Yeah, yeah, I don't even know what else to say about it, besides the fact that it's really been a huge blessing in my life, for sure. And the
okay.
friendships that I made, like David Yost is like family to me. He's like one of my best friends in the whole world. Um, it's huge.
So well, let me circle back to something real quick because you had mentioned, and Ben kind of referenced this in part of his question, the interactions that you've had with fans, and you've noticed that over the years, and how that hasn't waned. But what are some of the fan interactions that you've or your experiences rather at Comic Cons and things like that with the fans?
Like particular stories you want to hear about?
Sure, if you have a particular story, but or just as a general, what is your interaction level? What is trying to think of how I want to phrase this because it just was something in the top of my head and it sounded good till I opened my mouth. Um,
I I think it's kind of a question of, do you do meet and greets? Do you like do you go and have people come up for like
yeah,
signings
we'll
and
go with
stuff? Do
that.
you
Let's
talk
go
to
with that.
people?
Yeah,
I
so
don't know what
at
the
a
original thing was, but
convention, I'll have a table, and people will stand in the line, and then they come up and they can, like, buy a headshot, and I'll sign the headshot. And I always have like either my daughter or my sister or a really good friend of mine work for me who deals with that part. And then so I get to spend time with the people that come up and that bought the stuff.
Nice.
And so, yeah, for me, those interactions have always been like super, they're great. They're really, it's really been really fun to meet so many people. Now, when you do the photo op at a convention, that is another ball game.
Hmm.
They come in a line like at LA Comic Con. There's like 120 people in line, and it's literally just like they stand there and
It's
they
a
go.
machine.
That's not a meet and greet. That's just like that's
Yeah.
your photo taken for 2 seconds. That's very different experience than if you come to the table.
I've actually heard that from somebody else, and from the consumer side, that if you're looking for a meet and greet experience, that's not it.
No.
So
Hmm.
if there's a meet and greet opportunity, take that, because likely you'll be able to get a picture there as well during a meet and greet or something.
Yeah, or just
And
at
it's going to
the
be,
person's at the autograph table. That's where you
yeah,
get
Hmm.
the interaction. Yeah.
yeah, it's going to be much more personable than unless all you want is the photo. Then they kind of referenced it to like herding cattle, where it's just like, yeah, you just bring
Totally.
them right on through.
I do a lot of times I'll put my camera on like a time lapse. And then it's hilarious because they're already like flying
Right.
through, and then it's
And
like
it's like boom, 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 boom.
It's just a
Yeah,
blur of people.
a blur of crazy costumes, just like
I love it.
it's flying through. But yeah, no, the table is definitely, I think, more fun. And I do selfies at the table, which to me is
Perfect.
actually probably sometimes a better photo, even.
Oh yeah.
It's more
Yeah.
personal for sure.
Yeah.
I prefer the selfie and things like that when taking pictures with kind of anybody that I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Because one, it shows you're there, but
Yeah. And it's not a prom
it feels
photo.
more, yeah, it feels more personal. You're not sitting there like doing the hover hands trying to get a good
So
photo.
awkward. I always do like, do you want to do a pose? Like, I don't know what we're doing. I also have
Right.
this technique. I'm giving away my secrets, but when you have like 100 people or 200 or however many people you're going to meet that day, putting their arm around you when you're very short, I go up every time. I don't care how tall you are. My hand is going on your shoulder. Because if I had sweaty armpits on my shoulder, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, nope, none of that.
So
Actually, yes, I do, because yeah.
I do the arm up.
So
Just two fingers on the shoulder, just
I'm just laughing because so every year we help run the panel room at the Monroe Comic Con in Monroe, Michigan, and so not and every year they have a different Power Ranger or two there every year, and it's just, by the way, if you can ever come to Monroe, come to Monroe. It's just on just a little bit south of Detroit, and oh my God, people will go crazy to meet you there. It would be
Wait,
fantastic.
I think I've done that one. Is that the Motor City Comic Con?
No, that's Motor City. There's also one called Monroe. It's
Oh,
a much
okay.
smaller, more intimate Comic Con. It's
Oh, that's kind
I,
of fun. Yeah.
yeah, I love that one. But but every year we've had different Power Rangers there. And last year, though, there was Olivia Diabo was there, who's not a Power Ranger, but she's a fantastic actress and voice actress. And I was watching people, because I was going up to get her for one of the panels. She was doing a Star Wars panel for me. And I went to go get her for the panel room. And I'm watching her, do all these pictures with people. And I'm watching like sweaty guy after sweaty guy go up there and put his arm around her. And she was so nice and kind. But I'm like, how do you not
Gotta
get
do
like
the
at
arm
least,
up. Gotta do
right,
the-
at least not do like the baby wipe afterwards, because
you just got to wear a raincoat.
Yeah.
Just wear like a rubber coat and just.
This thing.
but she was just so adorably sweet and kind to everybody. And
Oh, that's
but yeah.
I actually have a Power Ranger story that I think you might enjoy. Every year, without fail, whenever I go to a convention, there is always a squad of Power Rangers. Sometimes they're mixed and matched. Sometimes they're different generations. Sometimes they're all the same color. You never know.
yeah.
Without fail, all of their things will break.
Like
I always-
cosplay.
Yep.
Okay.
I always go around with a bunch of repair stuff. So I have sewing kits, hot glue guns, super glue, all this stuff.
Look
I
at
remember
you.
specifically it was 2019 in New York Comic Con. There were 30 Power Rangers in a group, and I'm sitting there going to each and every one, this one's belt broke. Let me sew this back on. Oh, your gun is broken. Let me glue that back together. Your sword snapped. Here's some tape.
Oh God.
I must have been repairing them for a solid hour.
Yeah.
And then later in the day, as we're leaving, because I'm dressed as Captain America during all of that, I just hear, Cap, Cap! And there's another Power Ranger with a broken sword running at me, full speed. They're like, we're doing a Power Rangers photo shoot, help me.
Oh my God. Look at you. You come prepared.
He does.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But I will never turn down a Power Ranger. I've had to tell other people, I'm like, hey, I need a minute. Give me a second. I ran out of stuff.
Yeah.
If one of the Power Rangers comes up, I mean, everything that Mighty Morphin and Dino Thunder and all the other Power Rangers that I've watched over the years, they've helped me so much. This is me giving back.
Aww, that's so beautiful.
All right, so Amy Jo, I have one more question I want to ask you, and this just popped into my head because, we were talking about all these different Power Rangers, and I talked about Monroe Comic Con. So this past year we had Jordan T. Fight, who's on Cosmic Thunder or Cosmic Fury and Dino Fury, some of the more current iterations. But one of the questions I asked him at our panel room, and I want to ask you this, because he was talking about how he, in high school he was an athlete and all these different things. Did you have some type of martial arts background before you started on the show, or did you have to kind of learn some basics as you went along to be able to play the part?
So I was a gymnast. So I did gymnastics for 10 years as a child and went to Europe competing and stuff. So that's really what landed me the role of Kimberly, was the fact that I could do backflips and back handsprings and all that. And then we trained a lot. I never really done martial arts. And so it was really fun when JDF landed the role and came on board, because he was a teacher, right? And so there was the stunt people were teaching us and stuff. But I just really remember Jason just being really, really giving in that way of showing his stuff and teaching and we just kind of faked it. Me and David Yost just made up our own kind of back handsprings into jump kicks and stuff. And we did a lot of training and stuff, but I would never call myself a martial artist because I've never had martial arts formal training.
Fair.
But
Fair.
We learned the Hollywood style, which was fun to watch JDF have to learn the Hollywood style because he was a real martial artist. And so that took a minute for him.
Going from legit martial arts to you're doing it for Hollywood.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was fun to actually watch him suddenly. All of a sudden, he could do a backflip and kick and stuff because he was watching me and David do our backflips, and so I remember he really he pizzazzed up the martial arts he already knew by incorporating gymnastics into it. It was pretty cool.
Actually, interesting little side thing, and then we'll get into the final question. With you and Jason, did he teach you anything you remember specifically, and did you teach him anything specifically when it comes to the martial arts and the Hollywood martial arts?
Right, totally. Well, I think that the backflips and stuff for sure. I don't know if I necessarily taught him how to do that, but he definitely was inspired by me and David doing backflips and back handsprings. So in a way that was teaching him a little bit because he was inspired by it. But for sure, even the sounds he would make doing the martial arts, I'd never done that before. And so that I don't even know if I could do it right now, guys. I'm not even going to try because it's been 30 years, but those noises were very new to me, but I really feel like they helped sell what was happening with the hayas and the I don't know what he was doing, but stuff like that. And then for sure, the jump twist kicks and all that stuff. I don't know. We would practice for hours. I just remember constantly rehearsing and choreographing and practicing with the stunt team and the coordinator. And that was just a giant part of at least the first generation for us. We did a lot of our own stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, Amy Jo, one final question. We call this the silly question. You can answer it as serious or silly as you like.
Okay.
Amy Jo Johnson, what's your favorite dinosaur?
Pterodactyl, of course. It
Well,
actually
we had to try.
is, though, right? It flies.
Fair
I
enough.
think we kind of knew the answer to that one, but we usually ask that because no one asks adults that anymore.
Yeah. What's your favorite dinosaur? What's yours?
So mine is a hilariously named one. It is the Therizinosaur.
Okay.
They have these like 12-inch long claws, and it is referred to as the tickle chicken.
Oh, ew! It sounds creepy.
There's no
Yeah,
tickling.
a little bit.
Yeah.
There's no tickling.
I don't know if I like that.
Triceratops over here. Just one of the classics.
Nice. That's cute.
Yeah. Triple rhino. All right.
Cool.
All right, Amy Jo.
Yeah.
This
Well,
has
nice to
been-
chat with you guys. I just want to say a couple things.
Oh, yeah.
Number one, October 30th on my Instagram Live, me and David Yost love to read the comic book and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return. We've already done issue 1, issue 2, and issue 3, and we haven't done issue 4 yet. So we're going to read on my Instagram Live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, October 30th, issue 4 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers: The Return. David likes to wear costumes and things. It's quite fun. And then also my website is amyjojohnson.com. And on there is a calendar with any conventions that I'm up to, my movies, the music, everything is on my website, and it's amyjojohnson.com.
All right.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much. We're going to
We'll
put
make
all
sure
those
that-
in the show notes below.
Cool.
Yeah, we'll make sure that all gets covered down there so people can know where to find you. And so, guys, just as a reminder, want to just throw this out there. If you haven't already subscribed, now is that prime opportunity to click the like and subscribe button that producer John is no doubt putting on the screen right about now. But if you haven't done that, please do it, because it helps us be able to get more and amazing guests like Amy Jo here today to come on and share these awesome stories and have time to share some laughs and a good conversation. So go check out Amy Jo's stuff. Make sure that you're tuning into her Instagram Live on October 30th for that comic book read. I know I will be. I can guarantee you that Ben will be, because that just sounds like a heckin' good time. So, but yeah, go check out Amy Jo's stuff on her Instagram. You can go to her website and everything else. But
When
yeah,
does this air?
give us a couple weeks and it'll be out.
Okay, cool. So so still here, my my new song will be out there.
Yes. And we'll have a link for that down below as well.
Awesome. Thanks.
So we'll make sure that everybody gets a chance to check out that music as well. So again, Amy Jo, thank you for coming on the show. Everyone, thank you for listening to the FSF Podcast. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Copyright 2024 FSF Podcast. Reference to any specific product or entity mentioned on this podcast does not constitute an endorsement or recommendation by FSF Podcast. The views expressed by guests are their own, and their appearance on the program does not imply an endorsement of them or any entity they represent. If you have any questions about this disclaimer, please contact us via email at info@fsfpodcast.com.